everybody, it's Matt with Copper Owl Coins. Welcome to another nickel hunt and fill episode. We've got a nickel box. It's number 20 in the series. I hope we will find lots of goodies in this one. We're hoping to fill those Whitman folders full of Jefferson nickels, and hopefully the next one will be in this box. We've got 179 of those 188 spots filled. Most of the ones that we're looking for are the harder to find key dates in the early or in the late 1930s, the 38 DNS, the 39 DNS, and also a few of the war nickels. Otherwise, we've got full sets. We just need to fill those, so the ones that we need to fill are exciting to find, and hopefully we'll find one, maybe more, in this box. Can't do it unless we open it, so let's see what things look like right off the bat. Well, it's kind of interesting. It might just be the way that I had this box setting on its end for a number of days. I wonder if that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8 of these rolls are on top, but maybe we're missing 2. So I'll tell you, I'm going to double check this before we go on. If we're short a couple rolls, it's just good to know that beforehand. We'll let you know before we get into the first roll. And so let's not hesitate. Let's get into these. Let's see. Yes, we have circulated nickels. That looks like a good thing to me. Check one more here. Yep, we're a circulated box, so can't wait to get into these. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're in roll number 1, and we're going to have our first find. Looks like it's going to be a 1947, so one in the 40s. See if we've got a mint mark. We do. I think it's a D. Let's pop open the microscope and see what we've got. That is going to be a 47 Denver. Very nice find to kick things off. Okay, we're still in roll number 1. We've got our second find. Looks like this one's going to be 1957. And if it's a mint mark, it's a Denver. So 47 and a 57D. Not too bad a start. The finds are out early in this box. Roll number 2, Ender, is a 1957. And it's another Denver. That makes 2 of them. Apologize for the zoom on that camera. We don't normally shoot it in this format. I just wanted to give it a try. See if it'll work for future ones. Let's see if we've got anything else here. Well, we are going to have a second find in this roll. A 1953. And that is a Philly. So 2 finds in this roll, making 4 finds. We haven't even really gotten through even half of roll number 2. Boy, if this pace keeps up, it's going to be a fantastic box. Roll number 7 is going to have our next find. It is beat up, but that is a 1951. And that's going to be a 51 Denver. Take a quick look here. Looks like it's just a 51 Denver. We'll add it to the board, and we'll keep going. We're in roll number 8, and this one looks like it's been underground and unearthed at some point, but 1945 is going to put it in a war nickel. Nice. 1945D. That is a 35% silver war nickel. Admittedly in rough shape, but I'm checking my scale over here, and yes, that's going to be an add. It's not going to be a real pretty ad, but it's an add to our book, so we're going to have at least one edition this time. That's what we were hoping for. Same roll, number 8, a 1954, And that is a Denver mint mark as well. So that's going to give us about 5 of them in the 40s, and 5 in the 50s, 2 in the 40s through the first 8 rolls. Not too bad. Roll number 10 is going to have a 1941, and it is a Philly. So in roll number 13, we're going to have this 1957, and it's a Denver. That makes 3 of those on our hunt today. We're in roll 16. Our latest find is going to be this 1941, and it is from Philly. Another nice add to our finds. Roll number 20 is going to bring us our 11th find. It is a 1946, and it is from Philly. So, got a nice even distribution between 40s and 50s so far. I believe that gives us 5 in the 40s and 6 in the 50s. Not too bad. Roll number 21 has another find for us. Another one in the 40s, 1946. Not in too bad shape. It's a Philly as well. That's back-to-back 46s, I believe. We are in roll number 23. Our latest find was reverse facing. It's a Philly. Let's see what year. 1954. Not too bad. We're at the halfway point of this box. Number 25 is the roll, and 1958 is our find. Let's turn it over. It is a Denver. Good to have one from 1958 as well. We're halfway through, on pace for about 28 to 30 finds if we keep it up. Roll number 31, and we're going to have another one in the 1950s. In 1957, got some gunk on it, but that's a Denver mint mark. Got a few of those in this bunch. Kind of helps get the focus back here. We're in roll number 33, and we have this one. It's a 1954, and it was made in Denver. Another good looking one. We're still in roll number 33, and what we're going to have here is a 1941. See if we've got a mint mark. We do. I can't really tell if that's a D or an S, so we will pop up the microscope, and let's take a quick look. That is a 41S. So, while we have that here, let's take a second to look. 41S, there's a repunch mint mark. Looks like it would be at the kind of the tail end of the S. I see a little thing, but it looks more like a ding than a repunch mint mark there. There's also the large S, and that doesn't appear to be the shape of it. It's a little more rounded, almost like a circle in its shape. And then there's the inverted mint mark, upside down S. And I don't know that that necessarily looks like it either. This one looks like it's had a little damage to it, so it makes it a little harder to tell some of the finer details. But I bet you that one's just a 41S. So we're going to keep going with that assessment. All right, roll number 37, and we have our latest find is a 1958. Making sure that's a 5. Looked a little like a 358, and it is a Denver. You always got to check those 58s. Sometimes that 5 and 3 can be pretty confusing. Roll number 43. We're going to have this find. It's a 1955. Now, if that's a Philadelphia, It is a semi-keyed 8. Let's take a look. Do we have a mint mark or not? And we do. It is a Denver mint mark. Still a good one to find, but not the semi-key that we hoped for. Next roll, number 44. And we're going to have 1957. And it is a Denver, of course. We're going to roll number 46. Getting near the end of this box, we have another 1954. And this one is also going to be from Denver. I think that makes about 4 of those. At the end, we will check those for the DDR and the repunch mint mark, and we'll let you know if we find anything. The last coin in roll number 46 gives us our second find in the roll. This one is 1956, and that appears to be a Denver mint mark. All right. Well, we've been stacking up on the 50s lately. Hopefully we can turn it around and get a few other older ones along the way. Next to last roll, roll number 49. We've got one that's looking pretty rough from the back. We'll flip it over and see what year we've got. 1946 on that one, so we did get our wish. Got one just a little bit older. That's a 46 Denver. And it looks like we've got, no, that's the first one of those we got to go with a couple Phillies. All right, we've completed box number 20. Let's do a quick recap so that you guys can get caught up on what we found and if we had any additions. We'll start off by saying that there's no finds in the 30s. We did have one find that I kind of neglected to speak about. We found a penny, so we're down 4 cents. But with the finds we did have, we'll start off in 1941. We had 2 Phillies and a San Francisco mint. We had our war nickel, 35% silver, 45 Denver on that one. 2 46 Phillies and a 46 Denver and a 47 Denver. So all told, 8 from the 40s. Not too bad. We also had 1 51D, a 53 Philly, a 54 Philly, 3 54 Denvers, a 55 Denver, a 56 Denver, 5 57 Denvers. That was a high water mark for this hunt. And 2 58 Denvers. We also had 2 finds, 2009 Philly and a 2009 Denver. It's always fun when we can find some 2009s as well. We did go back and look at the 54D for any of the DDR or repunch mint marks. Did not find any. And we've looked at a few others just to be certain that if we had any errors or varieties on those, nothing to speak of. So all told, we're going to wrap this up with 25 finds with 1 addition, even though it is kind of rough. We will put it in the book, and we'll show you that here in just a second. All right, we've got our first volume of the book that starts in the 1938 year. We've got that one, missing the D and the S, which are key dates. Also missing the 39 D and S, which are also key dates. But then the rest of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 silvers, plus the key date of all key dates, the 50 Denver. So we're going to put this 45 Denver in its place. Welcome it to the collection. Maybe we'll be able to upgrade that one over time. It's kind of tight going in there. Maybe that's a good thing. It won't go anywhere. So we're down to only needing 3 silvers and 5 of the key dates. Always harder to find those, of course, but so far the book's looking pretty darn good. Let's flip this out of the way and we'll just see. As you can see, we're looking real good on those. And the other 2 books are completely put together here. So that's going to wrap up our hunt. I thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. We're coming close to new milestone on subscribers. And if you really like what you see, we do have memberships available. I would love to have you on board and catch us on one of our live streams on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Time. Until we get together again, it's Matt with Copper Isle Coins, and we'll see you next time.